Alright, my name is Isaac, and my TED Talk that I analyzed was What Does My Headscarf Mean to You by Yasmin Abdel-Majid. A summary over the TED Talk. She talked about unprecedented biases, and every human has a bias or has had a bias at some point. It's more like a filter of the way we see life. Bias is all dependent on our social norm, and with that we mean what we've been brought up with, either what we've learned through the news or through social media. And she talked about a story of a father and a son getting in a car crash where it left the driver dead on impact, and the son went to the hospital and the surgeon said they couldn't operate on it because that was their son. Now she asked the audience to raise their hand if they didn't believe that the surgeon could possibly be the boy's mother because they just assumed it was a male presence. And with this, she also brought up another experiment that happened with an orchestra in the 1970s to 80s, where before this experiment there was about 5% female presence in the orchestra. And the experiment was that they held blind auditions, and they even made the females take off their fancy dress heels before walking out on stage so they couldn't hear the clicks to judge them on. And after this, in the orchestra, the female gain was about a 50% boost, and it tripled your chances of getting into the orchestra. And with this, she challenged the audience to encourage them to mentor other people. Her credibility. She is afflicted by biased judgment, being a Muslim woman. She is an activist for tolerance. She has a vested interest in equality, and she is not neutral on the subject. She also has articles posted in the New York Times, and she runs an organization called Youth Without Borders. Alright. I chose two lenses to do this through, and one of them was cultural and social because of her viewpoint as a Muslim woman. She is judged on the way she chooses to wear her headscarf in public, whether that be full face wrap or not, because she can be asked of how she's treated in her home life and if her husband controls her or not. And politically and historically, recently there's been crisis over in the Middle East that has left many refugees to find a place to go. And in America, with immigration, this caused fear and panic in most people, thinking that we might let a terrorist through just because they practice a certain religion, which shouldn't be believed. Alright. This video, leading up to it, talks about the power of mentorship.
But I'm also the woman in the red clothes, and I'm also the woman that was in the abaya at the beginning. Would you have chosen to mentor me?
With this, she wants the people to step outside of their normal bubble and meet somebody of a different cultural or perspective other than theirs, and choose to mentor them to get to know them instead of just assuming what their identity or what they think is. And I want to leave you off with this. I want you, if you can, to go out and mentor somebody that you don't know or a different culture than what you know. Thank you.